Listen up. So I've connected some dots with this whole food stamp dilemma you might want to listen to. So you already know that food stamps will not be received in the month of November. So 42 million people in America are going to have to budget and figure out where they're going to get food for the next month. So you're probably going to say food banks, right? Well, along with 42 million people going without their food stamps, Amazon just decided to lay off 27,000 people. Also, because of the shutdown, 1.4 million federal workers will not get paid. They just went without a payday. You know where they're going? To food banks. Now, did you know in the spring of this year, Trump canceled 94 million pounds of food aid? He cut $500 million in deliveries from a program that sends U.S.-produced meat, dairy, eggs, and produce to food banks and other organizations across the country. And the items delivered through the Emergency Food Assistance Program were some of the healthiest, most expensive items that organizations distribute. The cancellations began in mid-May when over 100 orders of 2% milk bound for 31 states were halted. The record shows that 4,304 canceled deliveries between May and September across 50 states, including Puerto Rico and D.C. Oh, but that's not all he's done. Last month in September, the Trump administration announced it was ending the U.S. Department of Agriculture's annual household food security report. The report measured the percentage of Americans struggling to access enough food. I wonder why he would do that. Probably because he doesn't want everyone to know how much Americans are struggling right now. It's very evident that this is all by design. And for the people who are saying, just go get a job or get an extra job, how are single mothers and fathers supposed to pay for daycare? Do y'all realize how much it is to pay for daycare? Back when my boys were in daycare, it was $150 each week for one kid. Not only that, but the rent is outrageous these days. Let's say you go get a job at the Dollar General. You're making $12 an hour. Your gross income for the month is $1,920 before taxes. Even for an apartment, it is around $1,000 to $1,500 for rent, if not more, based on your location. So that person can pay for their rent, even if they only have one kid. That's not going to be enough for childcare. They won't be able to pay for their bills. So how would they pay for food? And some people will say, well, go get a better job. Do you shop at the dollar store? Don't you need someone to work there? This is just using basic logic that a lot of people don't seem to have these days. Or they just don't care because this world is full of selfish people. Now, back to my point. If you cannot see that this is all by design, and you can tell it's all by design because almost every article says brace for impact. Here's some more. Brace for impact. And some more. Brace for impact. They did the same thing when we had that pandemic. Yesterday I told y'all that the UNB's General Counsel provided a letter to USDA on May 23rd of this year stating that there is a bona fide need to obligate benefits for October because they have been provided with multi-year contingency funds that can be used for state administrative expenses to ensure that the state can also continue operations during a federal government shutdown. They have the funds. They're just not releasing them. They want chaos to happen so that they can bring the order. I really hope that this wakes y'all out of y'all's fantasy land because this is not a golden age. Because of these tariffs, our farmers are losing their businesses. Nothing is looking good right now. And again, it's all by design.